This is Chris Ken with your Peak Fitness push-up progression. Now, the proper form of the push-up begins with asking the client to begin on all fours. Alright, so I'm just going to come in down into a push-up position here. I'm going to give them something to target. So this is, using a clipboard here. We could use carpet squares or blue pads, whatever we have available. Feet spread about shoulder width apart, chest up. I want the client to keep a flat back here. There can be a slight arch in the back, but we're looking to avoid excessive arching or kind of coming up. I'm picking a spot about 10 degrees in front of me here, tucking my elbows halfway in, touching down, coming back up. Some important cues to look for would be the position of the back, whether it's arching or coming up, the position of the shoulders, whether or not they're shrugging excessively or the client's able to keep them tucked down, and the position of the elbows, whether or not they're pointed way out to the side or if they're tucked in. With that said, a proper push-up, pause at the top, come down with control, pause at the bottom, and come back up. All right? In the beginning, I'm going to ask the client to take a slow and controlled pace, pause, come back up, and as they become more proficient in this exercise, they can get an explosive up and a moderate movement on the way down. Just pause at the bottom and the top to eliminate momentum. Now, the other issue with the push-up would be teaching this exercise. Oftentimes, people do not have the strength or confidence to come down fully. We want them to get full depth, so what we can do in the first week is simply ask the client to come down to the bottom or as low as they can go with good form and hold for 5 to 10 seconds. All right, this is an extremely difficult exercise. We're still going to get the strengthening benefits that we're looking for, but more importantly, we're giving clients confidence at the bottom here and kind of the idea that we want them to go as low as possible. So once they master that, they're able to hold for more than 10 seconds in that position consistently, we're going to ask them to go back to normal reps. So maybe during the first and second week, I would do several 5 to 10 second holds at the bottom, and then I would progress them by just adding reps to that. All right, now in terms of progression, we're looking at the push-up can be progressed through increasing kind of the angle of the torso. So in the beginning, somebody that's new at this exercise, I'm going to start them even up against the wall. Okay, gravity is reduced in this position. I really don't have to, we're not pushing up as much of the body weight, and it's a little bit easier. So, easy to maintain form. So what I'm going to do, same rules apply. I'm going to ask the client just to come down, pause at the bottom, come back up, and I'm just going to correct their posture in this position. If their shoulders are shrugging, we can just push them down and just focus on proper form. Once the client can get 8 to 10 push-ups for several sets in this position, we're going to move down to a lower surface. Generally, that will be the bench, an exercise bench. Don't have that, so we're going to move directly to the step. So the progression would be wall, bench, and then we would move down to the Reebok step. And what I like about the Reebok step is we can begin at the highest setting and then move it lower to increase as we go along. So again, the same rules apply. Shoulder blades down and back, chest up, dropping to the bottom, trying to bring everything down together, and coming back up. All right, from here, the progression would be down to the floor. Same rules apply. I'm going to give the client a target to drop down to. And just make sure they've got proper form. Next progression, feet up on a box. Same rules apply. Drop it down, come back up. And then the ultimate progression would be external resistance. So that is placing either a plate on the back or what we prefer, a weighted backpack. Because we can only get up to about a 45-pound plate, we can fit over 100 pounds in this backpack. So what I'm going to do is just put this on the client's back. I'm going to ask them to get their feet up on the step, and we're going to do the same thing. Really, this is great because this is good for a variety of either push-ups or just holds in certain positions. The main criteria: the back stays flat. If it looks like we're weighting down the client excessively, I want you to terminate the set and remove some weight. There's no shame in that. So with that said, that's our push-up progression. Follow this to the letter, and moving on to our exercise variations.